And now, Joe Bob's Last Call and Damnation Alley on TNT.
Cool scene where Yul Brynner cuts off his own hand and burns the stump in the fire. Pretty worthwhile scene, but think about that. There are two ways to accomplish this. Cut off your hand or cut off William Smith's hand, right? And there happened to be that convenient axe within reach while they were fighting. Who knows what else was lying around there? And the gal who just had the baby, she probably could have got up and helped, don't you think? I'm just guessing here. But that was the creative choice made by writer-director Robert Clouse. And any guy who directed Bruce Lee movies, both when Bruce was alive and after Bruce was dead, is all right with me. So, okay, I want to let you know that next week we have one of the finest zombie exploding head comedies of all time, Return of the Living Dead, followed by the one and only Jaws sequel that's almost as good as the first one, Jaws 2. Okay, flashback to 1977. The bicentennial is over, the shark is dead, and everybody wants one of those John Travolta white suits from Saturday Night Fever. Some of the most popular movies in the history of life came out of 1977. Star Wars, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and of course, Damnation Alley, which we have for you tonight. It stars the great Jan Michael Vincent and the late George Papard as a couple of guys who hate each other for about 5 minutes till the whole world gets nuked, and then they drive the Oscar Mayer Wiener armored battle truck across country in an epic quest to reach the Mecca that might save mankind, Albany, New York. So let's do those drive-in totals and get it started. We have 250 million dead bodies, no breasts, exploding continent, axis tilting, giant scorpions, exploding military base, gospel singing, face eating, rock throwing, flash flood, axis retilting, gratuitous shaving, cockroach foo, hillbilly foo, and no plot to get in the way of the story. 2 stars, check it out. I'll be right here to guide you through it. And did I mention that this was a post-apocalyptic flick? That's our theme for 1999. Next year, we'll be showing only movies that have marching bands in them, you know. 2001 is all films starting with the letter C. See, we're working on 2002 because TNT says we have to have themes. We have to have theme nights. So this is post-apocalypse, also known as post-Holocaust. They call it both things. Why don't they ever have pre-Holocaust movies, you know? Pre-apocalypse night on TNT. Movies where everybody is so happy. Nobody's dying. We're happy, because nobody would watch that, would they?
sir.
Good morning, officers and gentlemen.
Morning, Sergeant.
How you doing, Keegan?
Fantastic, man. I got a leave coming up.
Yeah, where you going?
I don't know yet, but it's going to be someplace very green. Well, I can see you're not carrying any booze or women or animals on your person, which is as it should be.
Well, that's a new one.
Uh-huh.
You got old Joe Bradley pretty good.
Yeah, I did catch him a little bit, didn't I? You know something? You're the one I can't catch, Major.
That's because he's so shifty.
Now, how long would it take to do a portrait in oils?
Well, about a week of preliminary sketches and a month of painting. You want to be immortalized by me, Major?
No, not me. I just want to give my wife an anniversary present.
You gonna have a nude done?
As a matter of fact, I can give you a great deal on a nude. But if you're serious, I'd be happy to.
Well, we'll see what she says when she comes back from Chicago.
Okay. Sure move, Major.
Bishop to Queen 4.
Bishop? Oh, you poor fool. Bishop the Queen 4.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
He's a pretty good artist.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell he's doing in the service.
I think I should mention I've applied for a roster change.
Oh? Why is that?
I just think we're not temperamentally suited as a work team.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Unless you subscribe to the conspiracy theory, you're just going to have to believe you don't meet specifications.
Whose specifications, sir?
Mine.
Thanks for telling me. At least I can plan my future.
Good morning.
Morning,
Got hot
Lieutenant.
coffee and sandwiches.
Your relief, Captain.
Thank you, sir. Have a nice day.
Same to you. Shall I run a modular check?
We're here for it.
Step 1.
Looks like a satellite re-entry to me. Appears to be a burnout.
Negative on satellite.
Blue square 1. Blue square 1. Blue square 1. Red Talon, copy. Blue square 1. Break, break. Part 1. 3. Charlie. Alpha Foxtrot. Tango. Part 2. Tango. Alpha. Charlie Delta. X-ray Oscar. Part 3. 04. 2346. Authentication Sierra Alpha.
I have a valid message.
I agree.
Multiple warhead strike confirmed. Retaliatory strike on advisement.
Contacts at 265, heading 85 degrees. They're unknown.
Arm all missiles.
All missiles armed.
Position
positions at 051015.
Zulu, Whiskey 4. M1 alert, 1.
We've confirmed hostile.
Hostile missiles heading to major U.S. population targets. Foxtrot Golf, 420.
300 interceptors airborne.
Confirm. Interceptor missiles launch in progress.
Golf, 4-2.
300 interceptors airborne.
Flight select switch to all.
Flight select switch, all.
PLCA launch option switch to 99.
PLCA option switch 99.
All CBM prepared to copy. Alert 05. Launch retaliatory missiles. All enemy targets. Right away. Hotel Alpha, Roberts. 25 unknown.
Ready for launch.
Insert keys.
Inserted.
Rotate on my command. 3, 2, 1, rotate. 1, 2, 3, release. I'm getting launch indications. I have missile away light on LFC5. Charlie, 10 missiles. Launch in progress.
Confirm. Intercept effected. Estimate only 40% enemy missiles destroyed.
Missile strikes confirmed. Boston, Philadelphia, Trenton, Washington, D.C., Detroit, Pittsburgh. Seattle, Portland, Charlotte, Denver, St. Louis.
Hey, Keegan.
You notice anything different?
Hey, Tanner, who's that you got on the back, man?
Found her in Barstow. Talked her into being your next model, buddy.
Ah, damn. You want us to come out and give you some cover?
Ah, you just watch my style, son.
Sorry, darling, this is where you get off.
For God's sake, Tanner, you can't leave her like that.
you son of a...
Hey, what are you worried about, Keegan? There's nothing you can do for her.
What the hell are you talking about, man? She was... Ah.
I tell you, Key, I think I've finally gone over the edge.
Yeah?
I come back from Barstow with that dummy behind me talking to her the whole way. I swear I even stopped the bike and kissed her. That's crazy, ain't it?
Well, I don't know about crazy, but sure was selfish.
Haskins, well, you sure took your time.
Yeah, sorry, I had to go see General Landers.
Yeah. Well, you owe me 20 minutes.
20 minutes? What's the big deal about 20 minutes?
Never mind what the big deal about 20 minutes is. They're mine, and I want them.
Okay, okay. Weirdo.
How far do you think we'll get?
Depends on the conditions we find. You know, that thing's never really been tested.
Tanner says he's been as far as Phoenix.
Give me a 3/16.
You believe that?
Yeah, he might have. He's crazy enough.
Why did he quit the service?
Tom, why don't you go see if that one fits?
Yes, sir.
Get signed authorization from General Landers and we can go.
If you don't mind my saying so, sir, I don't think the general really knows what's going on. I mean, he just sits in that control room every day and drinks.
He's our CO. We start taking off when we feel like it. This place would collapse in a month. But you're right, Tom. Landers is gone.
There's smoke coming from the main building.
Do you know how often people rip off our Monstervision website? I'm proud of that. They want to share what they find there with the whole world, and that's what the web is all about. Of course, we get the TNT lawyers to hunt them down like dogs, but you don't know what you're missing if you haven't been to the site lately. Not just the weird beard mail, not just the Playmate stuff, not just the transcripts and the downloadable photos, but we're adding new stuff all the time. New stuff to steal, so we can sue their butts. Check it out at the TNT.turner.com/Monstervision. We don't really sue them. We get a couple of grease monkeys to rough them up a little bit.
Visit the Monstervision website at tnt.turner.com/Monstervision. Back to Joe Bob's Last Call and Damnation Alley on TNT.
Okay, time out. Did the opening of this movie look familiar to you guys? That whole scene where Jan Michael Vincent and George Peppard get ID'd into the nuclear missile room and they get the codes and turn the keys and everything. You guys see War Games when we showed that? Looks like John Badham got his clever little opening from Damnation Alley, doesn't it? You know? Except in War Games, Michael Madsen doesn't turn the key, and then we find out it was all a test, and then Matthew Broderick plays video games for 2 hours. We got the real deal here. Okay, how many of these day after kind of movies have there been? You know, they seem to come in waves. There's an interesting flick called 5 from 1951. That's the earliest one that I know about the 5 survivors of the nuclear holocaust. Of course, it's not as good as the one Roger Corman made in '58, Teenage Caveman, starring the man from U.N.C.L.E. himself, Robert Vaughn. And then there's the classic Twilight Zone episode from the early 60s where Burgess Meredith survives the bomb and then his glasses break. And right after that, the 1964 Vincent Price Made in Italy flick, The Last Man on Earth. But it really picks up in the 70s. And probably the first one was The Omega Man, 71. Mid-70s, there was a post-Holocaust boom, no pun intended, like The Ultimate Warrior, the Don Johnson flick, A Boy and His Dog, Damnation Alley. I'm not even counting the vaguely post-apocalyptic flicks like Logan's Run and Planet of the Apes, and another great Corman flick, Death Race 2000. Those are like post-apocalypse flicks. You know, those are different. And by the way, I should let you know that I'm lining up a Planet of the Apes marathon for later this year, mentioning Planet of the Apes. Anyhow, just as we thought these movies were tapering off, George Miller makes Mad Max and The Road Warrior, and then these flicks are just all over the place again in the 80s. And then here, there were TV movies. The Day After was a TV movie. The Italians made about 800 Road Warrior ripoffs, as we learned last week. But then when the Cold War ended and the wall came down and we weren't having nightmares about the commies anymore, filmmakers started leaning toward the more domestic action flicks, you know, except for Kevin Costner. He didn't get the message, you know. He continued to make post-apocalypse flicks like Waterworld and The Postman, even though no one gives a rat's hiney anymore. And both of those were bigger bombs than the one we dropped on Hiroshima, right? So, all right, let's go see what Jan Michael Vincent has got in store for us now. Roll the film. And by the way, were you guys as upset as I was when they bombed Trenton, New Jersey? I'm supposed to get all emotional about that. You know, that was like a whole list of cities that we might be able to do without, like Boston, right? Please, the town doesn't even have a football team, right? Seattle got rid of Starbucks. What's the big deal? Washington, D.C. I don't think I need to explain myself on that one, right? How many months was that hearing? Shoo. What if the bomb dropped when that hearing was going on? You know, this man lied about how many times he had sex. Incoming missiles, sir. He had sex in the green room. He had sex in the blue room. He had sex in the Oval Office. Thermonuclear alert, sir. He had so much sex that we had to impeach him, you know.
2 days and I can still smell the smoke.
Nobody made it.
I know. Poor bastards. Maybe they're better off out of it.
I don't agree with you, Jake.
Now, you two gonna continue your life of nonconformity? You want to come along with us?
Just so I don't have to re-enlist.
No, Tanner, you don't have to re-enlist. As long as it's clear, I'm in charge.
Well, that's a mighty subtle difference.
But if you're coming, get your stuff together. Keegan, you ride with Perry. Tanner, you go with me.
Eugene's still giving orders.
Landmaster 1 to Landmaster 2.
Landmaster 2 to Landmaster 1, over.
Keep visual contact. We will halt at 1200 hours.
Roger.
Where are we heading for?
Albany.
Albany? You got relations there?
It's the only place we ever got a signal from.
Think we can make it there in these things?
We sure can't make it without them. Albany's the place to aim for.
Sort of the objective of the operation, huh?
Yeah, you could call it that. Yeah. See, there's a way across. Well, it's not really a way across. But the screens show it to be the path of least resistance. It's not good. It'll just be gone.
What happens if we make a wrong turn?
There are areas of radiation we couldn't get through. It's not a matter of wrong turns. Damnation Alley is nearly 100 miles wide a lot of the way.
Damnation Alley, who named it that?
I did.
I believe there's a bit of the swashbuckler in you after all, Major. Boy, this is a great rig. What the hell's all the secrecy about these damn things?
Off limits to unauthorized personnel.
Well, how about let me take it for a while now?
It's about time you started earning your keep. Ready?
Yep.
You got it. Now, there's the tachometer. The rest of it's just like your family car, except there's a manual override and transmission. Go ahead, give us some gas.
Oh, this thing's got some juice in the bottom end, don't it?
She will go.
This machine can handle a 60-degree incline, can operate in water, has a cruising speed of 60 miles an hour, has 3 separate drive sources, and can operate with either the front or rear wheels out of action.
How's it do on gas?
Why did you two guys quit the Air Force?
What Air Force are you referring to?
Well, the service, then.
Well, I mean, after the bombs fell, it didn't seem to me to make much sense to keep on doing all those duties and fatigues and saluting and sirring.
What do you think would have happened if we'd all felt like that?
But if more people had felt like that, there'd be a hell of a lot more people feeling and thinking. And playing baseball and singing and making love and raising babies. Hey, why don't you just call me when you want me to drive this mother?
Yeah. Try not to get lost.
Think I can follow this thing?
The machine will do it all on its own. 6.5 and 115.10. You just hang on to the wheel, make it look good. Now, hit it northeast on that compass. You get a green light.
Yeah?
Yeah, now you got it. Now, you get off course, you're gonna get a red light. Just turn it back, you get a green. Think you can handle that?
Sure, who couldn't?
Yeah. Yeah, it drives like a trolley. You ought to put up a sign saying, Damnation Alley. En route to Albany. With stops at Las Vegas and Salt Lake City and other scenic turnouts. If you need me, call me on the intercom.
That's a big 10-4. No country and western music anymore. No XERB. Not even any Reverend Ike. I was standing by my window on a cold and cloudy day when I saw...
What's your message, Landmaster 1, over?
Sing, you sinners. Come on. Will a circle
Be unbroken
by and by, Lord?
by and by.
There's a better
Home awaiting.
in the sky, Lord, in the sky.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to interrupt you two sons of the pioneers to speak to Major Denton, over.
He's asleep. What you need, come on.
Well, there's a trace up ahead on the TV screen.
What's it look like? Come back?
I don't know. But it's big and it's moving.
Take it easy, Lieutenant. I can see it. Looks like some kind of storm.
Operational procedure is to dig in and let it pass.
See you on the other side.
Damn him!
Now, you say this thing digs itself in? Because I don't have to go out there with no shovel.
You know, I always just enjoy so much reading the viewer mail, especially the hate mail. Makes me feel humble as a person. Of course, I'm not as likely to read that on the air. So if you want me to read your mail on the air, try sucking up to me. That works better. And send copies to the bigwigs over at the network. Send your letters care of Monstervision at 1010 Techwood Drive, Atlanta, Georgia, 30318. Emails go to monstervision@turner.com. Or visit the Monstervision website. You can do it from there. But don't send the high sheriffs the negative comments, because they're just not used to it like I am. They tend to overreact a little bit.
Visit the Monstervision website at tnt.turner.com/Monstervision. Back to Joe Bob's Last Call and Damnation Alley on TNT.
Did you notice the sophisticated navigation equipment on Landmaster 1 and Landmaster 2? It's a Texas Instruments calculator. Anyhow, that's Paul Winfield playing Keegan. You guys made it through Star Trek 2 when we showed that a few weeks ago. Remember when Ricardo Montalban puts the killer larva into Chekhov's and the other guy's ear? Well, Paul Winfield was the other guy, the guy who was not Chekhov. Paul's one of the few guys in this movie who still works all the time. And the other guy, the one driving the second Oscar Mayer Wiener truck, his name's Kip Niven. And he's played many a supporting role in disaster movies, including Earthquake, Airport 75, The Hindenburg, and a 10-year marriage to Linda Lavin, which couldn't have been pretty, right? Okay, there's a storm of brewing, so let's go check it out. Linda Lavin from Alice, right? The show that popularized the phrase, kiss my grits, right? Which I'm now gonna hear all day long for the rest of the night. Because, hey, kiss my grits, you know, it's one of those things that once you say it, everyone has to say it, you know. No, you kiss my grits, aren't we mature?
What's happening? Picked up a storm. It's gonna go around, but I don't think that's gonna happen. What are you doing? Going through it. Where's Barry? I think he's digging in. Did he advise you to dig in too? Yeah, he instructed. I just thought it'd be better to try and run from it. You call this running from it? Oh, hang on, Major. It's better to Baja 1000. Cut a left! Start digging, baby. It's almost here. Landmaster, it's designed to withstand stresses of a... Pretty good, huh? Pretty good, wasn't it?
Pretty good, pretty lucky, and pretty stupid. You should have followed Perry's instructions and dug in. You're gonna do things my way, or you're gonna walk.
Landmaster to the Landmaster 1.
Landmaster 1 to Landmaster 2, over.
Landmaster to the Landmaster 1, come in. Landmaster to the Landmaster 1, come in. Landmaster 2, this is Landmaster 1. Have you got a copy? Come back.
See where that came from.
There it is.
That doesn't look good.
Can you bend it?
You mean forwards or backwards?
Is it broken?
I don't think so. It'll be all right. Perry's dead, isn't he?
Got to move some gas and supplies. I need your help.
You don't feel like admitting you're wrong, do you, Major?
Now, don't make something personal out of this, Tanner. Perry's dead. It doesn't mean you're right and I'm wrong. It means Perry's dead.
Require assistance broadcasting from Albany, New York on a frequency of 808.90. Require assistance broadcasting from Albany, New York on a frequency of 808.9.
What'd you turn it off for? There might have been more.
They've been broadcasting that same message for 2 years. Nothing more, nothing less.
Why nothing more?
It's a tape. Programmed to go out the same time every week.
What's it supposed to mean?
It means that after the bomb, there were some people alive, and they got enough power to broadcast.
You mean we're liable to go all the way to Albany and just find some little bitty computer in a great big old empty building?
I don't know what we're gonna find, but getting there is the only way we'll ever know.
Hey, there it is. Ooh, will you look at Vegas?
Is that it?
I'll always look better at night. Daytime kind of looks like Barstow with a high-rise.
Hey, that's Circus.
Why don't we stop?
All right.
I'm gonna get you a new feather for your hat. Boy, nothing changes. Bomb or no bomb, the lights never go out in Vegas.
Hey, Tanner. Want to play a little blackjack?
You're on.
All right.
Here's my hand.
All right.
Again.
Hit you again, all right? There you are.
I'm gone.
How's wins?
As usual.
Uh-huh.
Hey, look at here. Somebody ran off without their winnings. It must be a first for Vegas.
You know, they had to be in a hurry. Hey, look at that, man. That's fan off, baby.
Yeah, this thing's working.
I'm gonna take this home with me.
Be on a nickel.
Yeah.
Come on. I quit.
You just need that magic touch, baby.
Hey, Major, pay some here. Come on.
Yeah, go ahead, Major. What you got to lose? Except his money. Let me 20 of these, Major, and I'm right to these machines.
Hey, that was my payoff.
Yours. You got to be here to collect it, man.
One nickel. Give my full pay
Well, ain't that just our luck? The Major knows her. You're doing just fine, darling. Don't stop now.
Hello. You were asking me how I survived. It's very strange, you know, because I was beginning to think I had not survived at all. I was playing here for almost a year, and I was writing songs and trying to get them to the stars who came to Las Vegas. I wasn't succeeding. The manager, he said he would help me. He said he knew Frank Sinatra. I know it's a very pathetic story. But who knows? Maybe he was a very close friend. I never found out. He brought me down to the fallout shelter, so I could do him a favor for the favor he was going to do for me. And just after I had done my part, the bombs came. So I've decided I wasn't meant to be a star. Do you not think that was sensible of me?
What about this guy, the manager? What happened to him?
Alex. He was very unlucky. He could not accept that it had happened. Never. He would wake up in the mornings and believe things were all right. Then remember. He had a heart attack. He died in about 6 months. At first, I used to hear planes and cars, and one night I woke up, I heard a bell, like on a bicycle. I ran out looking for it.
I don't want to cramp your style, miss, but I don't think you'll need most of those clothes. We don't have that kind of room.
Oh, I'm sorry. You have to forgive me. It's such a long time since I left on a trip.
Oh, just one suitcase would do, and I suggest, T-shirts and jeans.
What would you do for a Monstervision T-shirt? Never mind, don't tell me. I've already seen some of your propositions. Well, I'll make it easy for you. Try to win one through our Monstervision caption contest. All you have to do is make the six-headed jury laugh. To try, just go to tnt.turner.com/Monstervision. Go on, try it. And when you get your T-shirt, take a picture of yourself in it and send it to me. I'll put it where I put all my fan mail. And wouldn't you like to know where that is?
Play the Monster Caption Contest and win a free T-shirt at tnt.turner.com/Monstervision. Back to Joe Bob's Last Call and Damnation Alley on TNT.
First, the streets of New York are turned to dirt, and now Circus Circus is just one big sandbox. Apparently, there's going to be lots of sand in the apocalypse, and that's the spicy French actress Dominique Sonda as the gal who slept with the casino owner to advance her career, and then, darn, those atomic bombs just threw everything off track, you know? Dominique definitely fits into the category of women you would do stupid things for, you know what I mean? I'm surprised George Peppard is just not all over her like ugly on a toad, because remember George in the Carpetbaggers? He would just assault those pretty girls, do those mash-face power kisses. You don't even see those in the movies anymore. But now he's got the white hair, and he just says, put on a T-shirt and some jeans, honey. You know? Wish I'd thought of that Frank Sinatra line, though, you know, before Frank kicked the bucket, you know. Hey, babe, come on down to the bomb shelter with me. I'll introduce you to Conway Twitty. Doesn't work with Conway. It worked with Frank, you know. Doesn't really cut it. All right, back to the flick. Hey, babe, come on down to the bomb shelter with me. I'll introduce you to Lyle Lovett. Yeah, it's gonna work. Who have I had on the show I could say that? Hey, babe, come on down. I'll introduce you to Ice-T. Maybe.
Salt Lake before we try to go over the Rockies.
All right. You mean the Rocky Mountains?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, wonderful.
Posted a shower schedule to help conserve water and generally straighten out who goes when, give you some privacy. So I'm happy to say we can all have a shower once a week, whether we need it or not.
Jake, look at this.
Ah, don't worry about them. Their troubles are all over.
I can just imagine him coming back from the supermarket. But there's something about these skeletons, Major.
What?
Well, I mean, they're awfully clean, like they've been polished almost.
Well, they've been there 2 years.
I know that, but the doors are still closed.
We're gonna go to town, see what we can pick up.
What do you do with that crowbar? You gotta have a credit card when you go shopping, Major.
You think she'll be all right with him?
Well, of course she'll be all right with him. Just what is it exactly that you have against him?
I don't hold anything against him. I just don't think he's reliable.
Oh, shoot! Ugh, I hate bugs. Oh, look at the size of it. I'll be damned. Armor-plated cockroaches.
Do you suppose there's a restaurant down there?
I'll get the hose.
Hang on. Okay, start the pump. Oh, my God. Oh, yeah.
Let's get out of here.
for me.
Donna, this is Denton. This whole town is infested with killer cockroaches.
Repeat, killer cockroaches.
No kidding. Hey, Denton, we're on the top floor at Gregory's department store. We're going out the window. There's some kind of a parking lot across the way.
I'm on my way to your location. On my way to your location.
Hang on, baby.
Back to Joe Bob's Last Call and Damnation Alley on TNT.
And so we have the famous Salt Lake City armor-plated cockroach motorcycle race screaming French girl sequence, leading me to ask the question, what the hell is going on in this movie? How come the nozzle on the gas pump is all rusty, but there's a perfect brand new shiny motorcycle for Jan Michael Vincent to tool around on? And of course, they must have spent a lot of the $8 million budget of this film just on that scene where Paul Winfield gets his face eaten off by the killer cockroaches. This was a big budget movie for 20th Century Fox, but Fox wasn't too thrilled with it, and so they put it on the shelf for a year before they released it. I can't imagine why. Anyway, they have the screaming talents of Dominique Sanda, although I think they might have dubbed those screams, now that I think about it, because every time she has to do anything emotional, they put it off camera. They don't show her face. They have the future A-Team star, George Peppard. They got Jan Michael Vincent before all the car accidents. And they've got director Jack Smite, maker of such great films as Harper, Midway, Airport 75, one of my favorites. That's the one with Charlton Heston, Karen Black, Linda Blair, Sid Caesar, and Helen Reddy as the nun who sings Delta Dawn. All right, looked to me like there were a couple of roaches still stuck to Jan Michael and Dominique, so let's get back to the flick. You guys want me to sing a little Delta Dawn? Yeah, well, you can kiss my grits.
We're not gonna hurt you. Come on out, kid. Come on, kid, play fair. Son of a...
It's all right, son. We aren't gonna hurt you.
Hey, come here and help me. You want to see me get whipped by a kid? Easy now, son. Easy. We're not gonna hurt you.
After my ma died, me and my pa just started moving around. No place special, we just moved. Kept moving for a long time.
And you didn't see anybody else?
After what happened to my mom, me and my pa stayed well hid.
What about your father? What happened to him?
He broke his legs. Fell down a cliff and broke both of them.
Oh, what did you do?
Sat with him till he died.
How long ago was that?
Around 4 moons, as near as I can recollect. I know my hair grew quite a piece.
And you've just been wandering around ever since?
It don't do no good just sitting still.
We're going all the way across country in that machine out there. You're welcome to go with us, or we can give you some supplies and leave you here. Whatever you like.
Got any more of that?
Oh, yes, sure.
That bike you chased me on, is it hard to learn?
Not especially.
Well, I'll go with you if you teach me to ride.
You got a deal.
So what's gonna happen?
Nothing. This is it. It's how things are gonna be.
Billy, all those explosions, they knocked the world off its axis.
What's its axis?
It's kind of like its center.
Yeah, something like that. And if it comes back, everything could come back to normal.
Well, would it take another explosion to do that? Straighten it up.
I don't know. It could do it all by itself.
Nothing good ever just happens by itself. No matter how much you want it to. You gotta make it.
You want to drive this rig?
You think I could?
Try. Come on, we'll do it together for a while.
got out in the middle of nowhere?
It could be he's got some gas still in his tank.
All right, folks, we got a 10-minute refueling stop. Refreshments and restrooms available.
Should be a generator. Let's look out back.
Think you get that thing fired up?
I doubt it.
Hi, I'm Rusty, the Monstervision mail girl. It's not an easy job, especially when Joe Bob says something really annoying, and I have to deliver 20 times as many letters from Monstervision viewers. But don't worry, I work out 5 times a week to make sure I can handle anything you want to send my way. Come visit me at Monstervision website, tnt.turner.com/Monstervision, and I'll show you what I mean.
See Rusty deliver the Monstervision fan mail to Joe Bob Briggs every Saturday night on TNT. Back to Joe Bob's Last Call and Damnation Alley on TNT.
Okay, so here are my questions. What's the power source on the electric razor George Papard is so fond of? I haven't seen him stopping off at 7-Eleven for any AA replacement batteries, have you? What was the French girl doing with the salt? And how did that kid get a role in Bad News Bears after everybody saw him in this movie? That's Jackie Earle Haley. He was also in Breaking Away, playing the greasy, pimple-faced kid. He specialized in greasy, pimple-faced kid roles. I think the last thing I saw him in was Maniac Cop 3, and then he kind of disappears from the scene. Anyhow, the wayward cockroaches haven't turned up in the Landmaster yet, and maybe that's what the salt was for. So, okay, let's go. By the way, I happen to know that the crater they caught the kid by is in Arizona, okay? So we've gone from California to Vegas to Salt Lake to Arizona, and this movie is only about, what, an hour and a half old? We're going to Albany, right? So I guess we're gonna have an extended action sequence in every single state on the way to Albany, New York. We're gonna be watching the Teletubbies here by the time they hit Niagara Falls, man.
You two all right?
How you fellas been?
Mighty fancy looking machine you got out there. Where are you headed for?
making for Albany. How long you men been around?
Since everything went to hell. Used to be more of us, now there's less. All the dead are dead, and all the living are dying. It goes for you as well.
Well, is there anything we can do for you before we move on?
Well, let me check. How about it, boys? Anything you got a mind for? I know. You can show us around that machine of yours, General. We like that. The boy and the little lady can stay here, can rest. Maybe the little lady will play some more. That was real nice. Why don't you play something for me?
What do you want me to play?
I don't care. Just play something. And keep on playing. Boy, come here. Stand over there by your ma.
She ain't my ma. And you ain't my pa. And I don't have to stand anywhere.
It's gonna go bad for him when I get him. You better call him back in here.
Billy! Billy! Come back!
Get out!
Can I have a sucker?
Get out!
Can I just have one more sucker, please? I won't tell your friends.
You say you're going to Albany? That's a fair ways. Hey, you get back in there.
That guy sent me out. He said he wanted to be on his own with my ma.
Hey,
Damn it. Hey, come on.
I'll take care of this. You keep an eye on these two. Come on, boy.
I want to be with my pa.
Let him stay here. What about that friend of yours, my wife, huh?
Take it easy, mister. He ain't doing anything we ain't all gonna be doing. He's just doing it in the wrong order.
PLCA 99.
I agree. Slow it down. I'll have to keep her from welding up. I'm losing the gear on the rear end. Take it to 015 degrees north. Yeah. Should get what we need up around Detroit.
You can get spare parts for this thing?
It's designed to use spare truck parts. Semi give me what I need. Now keep her under 40.
Think things will ever get back to normal?
Who knows, Billy? We're not looking so bad right now, though. Still got food and drink, fireworks in the sky. Hell, who knows? Old Denton can keep that thing running. We might just make it someplace.
Where? Albany?
Doesn't really matter.
Sounding machine.
That's why we're here, Tanner. We all right on that side?
You're all right over here. You got plenty of room.
I'm gonna let you back it out. Do you see any trucks? What we need is a semi. Maybe go this way. Well, looky there.
Must be the truck department. Looks like my old pickup over there.
Everybody off for Disneyland.
I hereby declare this park a national monument.
This one looks all right. Tanner, I need your help.
Hey, do you hear that noise?
What about it?
I don't know. It's like a whining or an engine somewhere.
I don't know.
I've never seen so many cars before.
That's your heritage, Billy.
What's heritage?
That's what people leave other people after they find out it don't work.
Hey, that noise is getting louder.
Listen, I gotta go help Denton. Don't you wander off. This place is full of wildlife.
Full of wildlife?
Yeah, they got wildcats, barracudas, mustangs, cougars, impalas. Place is a gosh dang zoo.
You know, there are a couple of you out there who followed me throughout my career. I know that because I see you lurking around in the bushes outside my bedroom. So you may know about the Find That Flick contest I used to run in the newspaper. Well, we've added it to the Monstervision website, and I could waste your time explaining all the details of it, but just check it out. Test your horror flick knowledge and win a cheesy prize. Go to TNT.com/Monstervision and look for Find That Flick. And stop following me throughout my career. You're really starting to get on my nerves, okay?
Visit the Monstervision website at tnt.turner.com/Monstervision. Back to Joe Bob's Last Call and Damnation Alley on TNT.
The bloody puss-face hillbilly rape sequence. Most exciting thing in the movie so far, in my opinion. Beely, come back, Beely. How about that driving montage? What is that, the 5th driving montage used by director Jack Smite to disguise the fact this movie has absolutely no plot? Anyhow, I guess when Jan Michael Vincent says something to George Papard about a PALC 99, that was some kind of military code for the hillbillies are raping the French girl in the diner. And speaking of the military, this is interesting. Let's take a look at George Papard's career before we call it a night. The guy really worked his way up through the ranks because he started out in 1957 as a cadet in the Strange One. He was promoted to corporal in '63 in the Victors. He made lieutenant in '65 for Operation Crossbow. You know, I'm a military man myself, so I understand this. I was in the Texas A&M Aggie Corps for a full week. They kicked me out for taking rifle training too seriously. Anyhow, in 1967, George became a captain in the flick Tobruk. He remained captain for 3 more movies until he made Major in Damnation Alley. And in 1983, he became the beloved Colonel John Hannibal Smith in the immortal TV show, The A-Team, co-starring, of course, Mr. T. I Pitied a Fool. One of his last flicks was a TV movie called Night of the Fox. Still a colonel, though. And in 1994, he died at the age of 64 to a 21-gun salute, no doubt. One of the few guys who was married more times than me. 5 times old George tied the knot. How much alimony you think that guy was paying? A lot. No wonder he died relatively young. So guess what? It's time for the Rock'em Sock'em conclusion to Damnation Alley. So roll it. This movie really keeps the momentum going, doesn't it? You know, because, hey, we just blew up the diner. Let's pause now for the French gal to take a shower and brush her hair, and for George Papard to get a little reading in, and for Jan Michael Vincent and Jackie Haley to take a nap. They have actual nap-taking portrayed in the movie. You know, if that gal was in my shower, I think I'd be doing something besides taking a nap, if you know what I mean. And I think you do, even if she does have hillbilly drool all over her, you know? And I guess those weren't really hillbillies, were they? Because they're not in the hills, so it was desert billies or something. Cactus billies, sagebrush billies.
See if you can't get Billy to come back here. I'm gonna go out and look for him.
Sweet baby. Janet, sit down. Yeah, so this. No loose objects. This mother is gonna shake. Hang on.
One piece? Everybody all right?
Hey, it looks like it's clearing up. The sky's blue.
All right? Yeah. Okay. I can light. See if you can get the hatch open. Damn thing's stuck.
Need some help?
Get that crowbar. horsepower. We got water in the engine compartment.
Yeah, there's water coming in back here, too.
Are we gonna sink?
I'm glad this vehicle's designed to float when she's half full of water.
How about when it's all full?
Let's not think about that.
Here, get on this thing with me.
Janice, hold this.
Donna, you got that bike fixed yet?
Yeah, I'm just cleaning the plug.
Well, hurry up. I gotta get on it and take my trip.
Like hell you are. I'm the only one that's gonna ride this bike.
Now.
Albany, New York, broadcasting its daily program to whoever is out there. We're on the air daily at noon with music and informal programming. Our transmission on 720 kilocycles will continue after a 2-minute pause for any incoming broadcast.
I get the distinct impression of a tall redhead, about 25.
What if she's 65?
I'll live with it.
Hello, Miss Albany. We read you. Do you read us? We read you. Do you read us? Over?
Yes. Who is it? Who are you? Please identify yourself.
My name is Major Eugene Denton, United States Air Force. There are 4 of us. We got 2 men, a woman and a boy. We are near a large body of water. Can you locate us?
Your signal is loud and clear, Major. You're 17 miles from us on a heading of 81 degrees. Do you have transportation?
Yes, I do. I understand you've got us on a reading of 81 degrees. I'll come to you on the reverse heading of 261.
Come on, Billy, let's go.
Tanner, get off that bike.
We're going to town for pizza and beer. Be back by dark.
Tanner, come back here! Tanner! Come back here!
Major Denton, do you read me?
Oh, yes, Albany. I read you. We are sending you an emissary. His name is Tanner. Please don't take him as an example of the rest of our party.
Jump into the ring for 3 hours of hardcore body slamming action. Rip into WCW Monday Nitro Live every Monday night starting at 8, only on TNT. Now, a teenage boy is kidnapped by a secret government agency, and he'll have to use his brains to find his way home. See Kurt Russell in The Fury, next on TNT 100% Weird.
Back to Joe Bob's Last Call and Damnation Alley on TNT.
Sure, we've seen it before. The old plot about the tidal wave that hits Detroit and drives the amphibious military assault vehicle under the water, and then it bobs up 17 miles from Albany, and civilization is saved by the modern Noah, George Papard, and the virile motorcycle-riding Jan Michael Vincent. The timeless classic, Damnation Alley. I want to remind you that next week we have the great zombie spoof, Return of the Living Dead, plus the Jaws sequel made after they lost Richard Dreyfuss and Robert Shaw, but before they went 3D, Jaws 2, unless we get nuked. In that case, I'll be holed up in my bomb shelter with the 37 cases I have reserved just for the occasion. That's it for me, Joe Bob Briggs, reminding you that friends don't let friends take home ugly women. Yeah. Did you guys hear the one about the farmer who buys several pigs, hoping to breed them for ham and bacon? After several weeks, he notices that none of the pigs are getting pregnant, and he calls a vet for help. And the vet tells the farmer he should try artificial insemination. Well, the farmer doesn't have the slightest idea what that means, but he doesn't want to display his ignorance, so he just asks the vet how he'll know when the pigs get pregnant. The vet says that instead of standing around, they'll lay down and wallow in the mud. So the farmer hangs up the phone, he gives it some thought, and he comes to the conclusion that artificial insemination means that he has to impregnate the pigs. So he loads the pigs into the truck, and he drives them out into the woods, and he does his duty with all of them. And then he brings them back, and he goes to bed. Well, next morning, he wakes up, and he looks at the pigs, and he sees they're all still standing around. So he concludes that the first try didn't work. So he loads them into the truck again, he drives them out into the woods, he does his thing again, twice this time. He brings them back, goes to bed. Next morning, he wakes up to find the pigs, they're still just standing around. So he tells himself, one more try. He proceeds to load them up, drive them out to the woods. He spends all day with the pigs, and when he gets home, he falls exhausted into bed. Next morning, he can't even raise himself from the bed to look at the pigs. He asks his wife to look out and tell him if the pigs are lying down in the mud. And his wife says, well, no, they're all in the truck honking the horn. Joe Bob Briggs reminding you that the drive-in will never die. How do you know when you're staying in an Alabama hotel? When you call the front desk and say, I've got a leak in my sink, and the person at the front desk says, go ahead.